of cultivated disdain greeted Alistair. "May I help you, sir? I'm expecting to meet Mr. Stavros here, if he's booked." "Mr. Stavros? Yes, he is booked a table. I'm afraid the gentleman has not arrived yet. Would you care to wait at the table?" Alistair replied smoothly, his composure returning, a master of self-presentation. "Yes, yes, gentlemen, table for two, please. Have you booked Delton, Rory, and—" Boyke had, with Delton's usual brazenness, pushed past the maitre d' at the entrance, who now regarded them with utter horror, his polite smile twitching precariously. "No, we haven't," Delton replied, trying to appear suave, but his cheap suit and eager expression betrayed him, a stark contrast to the restaurant's opulent surroundings. "I'm afraid we are very crowded at the moment." The maitre d' was dismissive, his gaze lingering on Delton's garish jacket and Boyke's slightly rumpled tie, a silent judgment hanging in the air. Delton, never one to take no for an answer, discreetly slipped him a wad of notes acquired from the disastrous VCR sales. This might make a bit of room. Of course, Enrico, numero due per il signore, the maitre d' suddenly became very accommodating, his previous hauteur vanishing like smoke. He led them to a table with an almost theatrical flourish, a table, as fate would have it, right next to Alistair's. "Why didn't you sit outside?" Rory whispered, as they were inexplicably crammed onto one side of the table, facing Alistair directly, a move that felt less like covert surveillance and more like an open declaration of intent. "Because I wouldn't be able to see Alistair then." "Why? What's the matter?" "As we're both sitting on the same side, it's all next to each other, so it might look a bit funny." Delton, Rory, and Boyke were all crammed onto one side of the table, jostling for space, their knees knocking together, a picture of uncomfortable intimacy. "What do you mean? People might think that we're a bit funny." Rory gestured too. Their slightly rumpled group, Boyke meticulously picking lint off his expensive suit, Mick, who had joined them in the Daimler, openly staring at the diners, and Arthur, who was with Trent in the van, probably asleep. "Why don't you go and sit on the other side then?" "So do I, yes, I know, but it's my consortium. I put most of the money in. It was my idea. Nice to see you again, sir. Does it get your hand off mine? People think I'm a wally, or something," or Delton muttered, swatting Mick's hand away, who was attempting to steal a breadstick from an adjacent table with the stealth of a clumsy squirrel. "I can't think what they like. I've got 7 grand sitting up there. That's all I'm concerned with." "Do you reckon it'll turn violent in there?" Trent asked from the driver's seat of Boyke's Daimler, his face pressed against the glass, ever the optimist for chaos, a glint of morbid curiosity in his eyes. I don't care if it does. No, no, this is a fast car, Boyke replied, patting his dashboard, his voice brimming with unwarranted confidence in the vehicle's escape capabilities. What's he doing? Rory, what do you mean? What's he doing? You can see what he's doing. He's sitting in a window there, reading a menu. It's a bit suspicious, isn't it? Boyke observed, peering through the restaurant window, his face a mixture of suspicion and confusion. What? A bloke sitting in a restaurant reading a menu. Rory rolled his eyes. The subtle art of surveillance clearly lost on Boyke, who preferred more overt displays of intrigue. Alistair suddenly called for a waiter, his voice carrying clearly across the elegant dining room, a note of theatrical urgency in his tone. Could you get me a glass of water, please? I'm feeling rather hot. Would you care to order now? Yes, I'd like an ambulance. An ambulance? Yes, an ambulance. I'm not very well. He clutched his chest dramatically, his face contorting in a convincing display of distress. Panic rippled through the Thorn contingent. Delton's face went a shade of puce, a disturbing shade of purple-red. Yes, sir. Are you all right, sir? What's happened? He told me he's had a Connery. Well, what we gonna do? I don't know. I think you have to pump their chests or something. I'm talking about our bloody money and chains. What we can do now, is it? My money and my gold ain't going to no National Health Hospital. The entire kitchen staff will be off to Miami if it does. What do we do? Watch. Don't panic. I am a doctor. Stand aside. Stand aside. Let the dog see the rabbit. A man in a doctor's coat, who had seemingly appeared from nowhere, rushed to Alistair's side. He wasn't the kind of doctor one expected in a King's Road eatery. He looked more like he just stepped out of a low-budget horror film. His white coat stained, his hair disheveled. Oh, yes, very nasty. He needs an operation. He's not a doctor. He's mugging the poor man, Rory shouted, seeing the man quickly snatching Alistair's briefcase, which presumably contained their precious gold, and attempting to run. A woman nearby, startled by the commotion, started shouting, "Hi! Yeah, call the police!" Yes, yes, madam. I called the police. All right, there'll be no need. I am an officer of the law. I'm a small-town policeman. Do you get the impression all is not going according to plan? Okay, sunshine, you are nicked. Come on, out you go. Rest assured, madam, when we get him down the police station, we'll give him a bloody good hiding. Come on, you, another man, dressed as a police officer, roughly